Pokemon Journey Together released on Friday. So we got a little bit of data on it, just kind of doing a couple comparisons and whatnot. First, it seems like there's a ton of stock everywhere, just from social media posts. I've seen a ton of posts on, Facebook, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. I don't even know what else there is. TikTok. There's a lot of videos of people just, walking into Walmart and Target or whatever and finding, tons of sleeves or whatever they find, and all the rip videos, yada yada yada. So that's great to hear, great to see. Happy everyone's finding it in the wild. I'm hoping that means Pokemon's actually backing up the statements they've made for the past 3 months, almost 4. Well, today's April Fool's. Last 4 months they've been making these statements. So hopefully we're finally, seeing them do that, because we need it for Destin Rivals. Otherwise, Destin Rivals is gonna be a shit show either way. But maybe people actually find Destin Rivals if they keep printing more. We'll see. I hope they make it a lot better, but who knows? Anyway, Journey Together hit rates seem very good. Early Scarlet and Violet hit rates very comparable to Journey Together's hit rates. I think it's like 14 hits out of Journey Together booster boxes, which Sword and Shield is like 8, I want to say. So big difference in the two of those. And I think early Scarlet and Violet was about the 14 to 16 range. So pull rates are fantastic for all you rippers out there, all you degenerates who just rip and rip and rip and rip. Great news for you. You won't have to rip, a bajillion dollars worth of booster boxes and ETBs and sleeves. You'll be able to rip a lot less. And another part of that would just be it's a smaller set. So smaller sets equal, easier hit rates. Similar to Obsidian Flames is pretty similar set size. So comparable hit rates. I think Journey Together is a bit better than Obsidian Flames in my opinion. But anyway, what I really wanted to compare it to was Crown Zenith. But, maybe Obsidian Flames is a better comparison because I think Crown Zenith has way too much depth. Crown Zenith, the gold cards, which right there I think is a better chase than anything in Journey Together. Then you have a Mewtwo, you have a Darkrai, you have the Leafeon, you have the Deoxys. Then you have the Galarian Gallery. Galarian Gallery is a bit cheaper side, mostly on the cheaper side, but still it's a nice little chase. You feel good when you hit a Galarian versus, if that's not there, you're just like, oh well, I didn't get anything. So I guess that kind of makes sense, but depth for Journey Together, just I don't see it. It's not there as a depth set. You have your top like 2 or 3 chases, Enzork, Iono's Belly Bolt, and then there's Lily's Clarify. Outside of that, my chase is the Articuno. I'm not a big ripper, so I'm just gonna rip a couple packs and see if I can get it. If not, I'm just gonna end up buying it, preferably when price comes down a bit. Start off at like $80, which to me is way overpriced. I think it's still like 40 or $50, which is still kind of overpriced to mine. I'm gonna keep waiting until that comes down in price a bit, and then I'll probably look for some PSA 10s see how good the grade quality is. If there's a bunch of PSA 10s that hit, that'll be a lot cheaper. You never want to buy the first one that comes out because it's always more expensive. But that's just the collector / investor in me. I like the PSA 10s, and I like the original 151. So it makes sense to me. That Articuno is beautiful, but for that to be the only chase in there for me, it's better to just buy the card. So we'll see what happens, but depth-wise, not that great. Overall, it seems like Pokemon's printing more. Sounds fantastic, looks great. We'll see if they keep up with Destin Rivals. And small set, which kind of helps with the good hit rates compared to Obsidian Flames. Set depth, kind of questionable. Not a whole lot of chases, not a whole lot of great cards in my opinion. I think it's just way overpriced on the secondhand market to begin with. And a lot of shops were like charging, $220 to $250 to get it for a booster box. ETBs were over $100. That's kind of crazy, but it's good to see all the secondhand market prices coming down. I think it's like $80 a ETB now. I think a booster box is like $220, but anyway, yeah, shameless plug. If you guys like my stuff, this is why I put it last. Maxpacks.com, carry Japanese booster boxes, got Battle Partners, Heatwave Arena, Shiny Treasure EX, all great sets. Links in description. Please support.